Greetings and welcome to Volume 5 of the FERM Faves. I've got another top 5 of my favorite submissions from the last 2 weeks of the FERM Factor live streams from the period of April 13th through April 24th. In this video here on YouTube, we're going to watch portions of the initial on-stream reactions together, and I'll say a few things about what I liked about them, why I liked them, why I picked it, that sort of thing. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Everyone who comments will receive 250 Fermion loyalty points to the respective YouTube live chat account associated with your comment, which is a quarter of the amount you need to redeem for a free priority, and keep chatting in the live streams and you'll keep earning those same points. And as always, there'll be a short montage of the 5 clips of the faves on Instagram posted to this. It should be on the same day. But before I present you the clips and the commentary, a couple details you should know. So on the last volume, I announced that it was going to be weekly again, and immediately was not able to be weekly because the universe told me to stop and I got sick, and then a bunch of other things happened. But here we are. So what's happening is I'm combining the last 2 again into a single volume. I wanted to do 2 separate, but then it's just too much time passed, and I'm going to aim for, as much as I can, a weekly FERM Faves volume going forward, and we'll see what we can do. Also, another thing I wanted to do, which won't be happening on this volume but the next volume hopefully, is to add honorable mentions again. I used to do them if you were in the before times. On all the Instagram videos, I would do honorable mentions, runners up, honorable mentions, whatever. And I want to bring that back, but just for this YouTube video. I'm not going to type in all the names on the Instagram thing. So basically the plan is everyone that I pick as a candidate for a FERM Fave, that's how I decide them. I mark them as candidates, either while it's playing or after when I go through them. And then I pick from the candidate pool to pick the top 5. So going forward, I'm going to save all the candidates that didn't make the top 5, and I'll read the names in this video, only in this video, because there ends up being a lot of really solid tracks that I want to kind of shout out, but the more songs I add to the list, the more work it is, and unfortunately this is not successful enough to do as a full-time job, so I'm trying my best to squeeze it in when I can. So honorable mentions coming back next volume, but only in the video here on YouTube. One other note, unreleased tracks. There's been a couple rounds so far where there's an unreleased track and I really want to pick it, but for several reasons that I avoid it, picking them is completely separated from the effect that the song has on me. One, not the most important, but one of the concepts of me doing these selections is to have this public list that people can refer to, and you can share it and whatever as your part of your repertoire, whoever gets picked, and there's a link that people can follow to hear the song. So if it's unreleased, there's no link to follow, and it might get better when it's done. But most importantly, I often do these recordings and choosings very close to the time where I end up posting it. So if it's an unreleased track and I really want to put it in, I'll have to find the artist, contact them if I can find them on Instagram or whatever, hope that they reply within 24 hours, and then if they don't, then I'm like, okay, now I got to pick another one. So it's just, I have to just go with the ones that are guaranteed to be cleared to be shared, because sometimes people send in demos or they're going to make it better and they don't want it shared more broadly outside of the live stream, or they don't have the rights for some things, all like little details like that. That's why I'm focused on tracks that are already released with a published link. So just keep that in mind if you're sending in unreleased tracks and you're trying to get on the list. Now the rest of the regular things, I try to pick a good variety, a genre variety spread. So there's a little something for everyone. This volume is pretty wild, I have to say. There's a lot of unexpected, if you've been watching the past couple volumes, you'll see what I mean. As always, all information, artist name, song title, direct link to where you can listen to it, and their social media handle will be on realferm.com/faves, aka the Hall of FERM. All the volumes are archived on that page, so once you're in, you're cemented in, and you can always share it, refer back to it, what have you. Now, without further ado, let's get into the first one I have for you. Coming in at number 5 is Can't Be Nervous by Hollow Rollo. This is one of those submissions where the style you may not have ever heard in the FERM Faves before, but the way it's done, the video, the passion in the rapping, it just fits the bill on this one. Let's check out the clip that I clipped.
Nerves, riding with that little Uzi, I ain't talking bird. About to baptize a nigga, I ain't talking church. If I'ma get you, then I gotta make that shit worth it. Show you how to work it when it's up, you can't be nervous. Ooh, I refuse to sound like you dudes. It's my integrity, fuck a million views. I spit it for the thugs who abide by rules. That shit I went through, you can't learn that in no fucking school. They say I'm cruel cause it's shit that I used to do. They say I'm few, if you knew, you should leave the room. They say I'm hollow, got no feelings, I was born immune. In prison, you get treated like an animal in a fucking zoo.
Is that a mask or is that effects? At the end of that clip, I had started to ask about the mask, which is clearly a mask, but in the moment of me listening to it for the first time, I thought maybe there was some effects because it's like a transparent, it resembles like those types of mask-like effects that CapCut has. That's why I asked that. It looks prosthetically so good and effectively creepy. The whole visual aesthetic is clowns and hardcore gangsta trapping right here. And there's just something in his delivery, in the energy he's imbuing into the flow and the lyrics. It tapped into something in my mind where it's like, this guy's really serious and he's doing it right. And Holoralo has sent in a number of super old, like YouTube, 15 years ago YouTube uploads of like street rap, street freestyles, lots of interesting stuff going on. Old school, badass, hip hop, rap, and in this case with the trap, modern trap sound, I think it works. And the clown mask situation and the lyrics feel very real and authentic to his experience. Shout out Holoralo. Can't be nervous. As the variety train continues, coming in at number 4, we have Focus by Cam Raw. Shifting style gears very abruptly here. It's a nice indie rock sound. The message is relatable. Let's just go ahead and play the highlight that I've clipped here.
I can't get you off my mind. Wanna give you all my time. Love, come lay down and focus all on me, all on me. I cross my heart and hope to die. For you I'd give my whole life. I rise from all these butterflies that you give me all the time. I can't get you off my mind. Wanna give you all my time. Love, come lay down and focus all on me, all on me. Hey.
Good times, good vibes, as I like to say, for this type of energy. Sounds great. The chorus, the hook, it's very effective, especially for this style. Cam Raw's vocals have a nice texture. It just works. And this is off his new EP called Pushing Daisies. So if you're into this, there's lots of other similar good vibes going on over there. Pushing Daisies on all platforms. Shout out Cam Raw. Focus. Coming in at number 3 is Pineapple Pizza by Sundown. The genre variety train continues to take another turn. I'm not sure what to call this, but I've heard this sound before. The machine probably called it trap or whatever, but it has a very distinct vibe and it's kind of silly. I think that's the vibe that I'm trying to describe. The silliness, the silly seriousness folded into one kind of energy. Let me just play it and you'll hear what I'm talking about.
Bringing the smoke, learn how to flow and they think it's a joke. I ain't get gas from the coast to the coast. No, I don't coast to the bros on go. No, I don't fuck with your bitches, she broke. Puffin' up blunts, fill the room, do coke. Bad juju like the voodoo folk. In a moonlit booth, can make it in the streams like Hulu do. Bringing the smoke, learn how to flow and they think it's a joke. I ain't get gas from the coast to the coast. No, I don't coast to the bros on go. No, I don't fuck with your bitches, she broke.
3 years ago.
Puffin' up blunts, fill the room, do coke. Bad juju like the voodoo folk. In a moonlit booth, can make it in the streams like Hulu do.
So hilariously, I just noticed a very specific lyric, which says, "Whoa, bring in the smoke, learn how to flow, and they think it's a joke." I think that's what he said on that first line. Let's hear it again real quick.
Bring in the smoke, learn how to flow, and they think it's a joke.
So maybe that's what I'm keying in on. I've heard other tracks that have this type of arrangement, this type of production, and it has been like a meme track or something. And he's taking it, and the intention is actually serious. So I think what I was saying before I played it while I was introducing it was the sound reminds me of something not as serious, but the performance was I don't know what I was saying, and I didn't notice that lyric until I just played it again. I was just going off pure vibes of the feel of the rhythm and his flow, which some people think is a joke. I definitely don't, because it's number 3, and that's what I'm saying. It's a good time, and there's a very specific engineering thing that he did with the vocals, or whoever did it, which is this kind of circular stereo. It's very subtle, but if you pay attention, you'll notice it.
Bringing the smoke, learn how to flow, and they think it's a joke. I hit the gas from the coast to the coast. No, I don't coast.
There's a very subtle layer that's rotating around, and it creates this nice overall effect that you don't really, it's not in your face, but it just adds to the macroscopic experience. Sundown, shout out to you. Pineapple Pizza by Sundown with an X for an O, SUNDXWN. And this is a music video from 3 years ago. It still holds up. Coming in at number 2 is Old Crackers by Bobby Pillows. Once again, the genre variety train continues on the next stop, on the next turn. This is first of all, it's a classic boom bap, well executed boom bap, rhythmic flow vibe, whatever you want to call it. But the hook lyrics are so specific, it just really accumulated over the listening duration. If you watch the whole reaction back on this archived live stream, you'll notice that I don't fully catch it at the first time he says it, but by the end I'm like, it's you'll see what I mean. So this is a unique situation where it's what I'm going to play is like a little over a minute because of the way it starts and the way that the verse is in between the hook. Let me just go ahead and play it.
My soul black in the nose of the old crackers who running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone.
Tracker in your iPhone. I was trying to figure it out here. My soul blacker than those that are old crackers. Put a tracker in
the nose of the old crackers who running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone.
Running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone.
Yeah, they beam a satellite straight through my brain. You think you're free, but you link to the chain. Cause really ain't nobody free. They making batteries out of body heat in the 21st century odyssey. What to take
I really hope that's his picture.
They poison the rain, drink champagne, poison the grain. Those boys are the same as they've ever been, and now they doing it again and again. And you can put it on my name. It's the quite pleasant, white peasant, whatever with the right lesson. I might get it together. So black in the nose of the old crackers. My soul black in the nose of the old crackers who running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone.
And if you notice that very last telephone sounding sample, yes, we know exactly where you are. My soul blacker than those that are old crackers who running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone. That sequence of lyrics alone is just, it's amazing. And then the boom bap, just fully head bobbing power of it all. Smooth, chill, with a tinge of political unrest behind it in a comedic way. And one more time, in case you didn't catch it, my soul blacker than those that are old crackers who are running the world backwards. Put a tracker in your iPhone. Bobby Pillows, shout out to you. Old Crackers, great time. Highly recommend the full song, as I do on all of these, and they're all at realferm.com/faves. You can find all the information. Coming in at number 1 is Has Been / Never Was by Haley's Comet. One more final twist and turn in the genre variety train as we come to our last stop here. This is right up my alley. It's kind of raw, full rock band feel, no fancy extra production. I mean, it's produced well, but it has the sound of almost like a live classic rock. I think that's one of the things I said when I was commenting on it. I don't know. One more thing before I play it, to give a little context, this is the last part of a saxophone solo going into the final chorus at the end of the song. This is a wild cover art now that I'm like actually looking at it. Hell yeah, that's a great time. The saxophone solo leading into that final chorus just had to be the highlight for this track. Though I do, once again, as with all the tracks, recommend listening to the whole thing. It builds it up in a really nice way. Super effective chorus. And the lyrics are something I didn't really notice until I listened to it back while picking the faves. Your wildest nightmare is my wildest dream. And then it's you sleep inside your bed while I begin to scheme. These are lyrics that speak to my soul. It's a counter-cultural type of feel, I guess, and the title has been / never was. I have a feeling there's an even deeper, I don't just have a feeling, I know there's an even deeper, more foundational meaning that I'm not fully yet tapping into beyond just recognizing those lyrics in the hook there. And that's another reason why it's #1 for this volume. One of my favorite attributes of a song, beyond it just gripping my ears, is the ability for it to continually evolve in my understanding of what the artist is trying to portray without giving it away in the first listen super obviously. Sometimes good songs do that, give it away obviously from the start, but my favorite types of songs, what I'm trying to say, are the ones where it's not super obvious right away. You listen to it a couple more times and you're like, oh, and then you keep listening to it, you're like, oh, I think this is one of those tracks for sure. Haley's Comet has been / never was. Shout out to you. It's a great time. And that'll do it for this volume of the FERM Faves. Once again, all the information for the 5 tracks I've featured are on realferm.com/faves, the Hall of FERM. Also the Spotify playlist. Any and all of the songs featured in any of the FERM Faves volumes that are on Spotify will be in the Spotify playlist, linked in the description, the FERM Faves Spotify playlist. Hopefully next week I will release the faves for this past week that's just ending now at the time of this recording. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Peace and love. See ya in the next one.